are you? This is Vince Roman from Burn Stainless with another edition of Vince in Shorts. This time I'm just going to recount the great experience that we had going to the Sturgis motorcycle rally. It was my first time, and I tell you, it's quite an event to go to. I think you really, if you're into motorcycles, it's really something that you need to do. Plus the country there is just absolutely beautiful. So my wife and I, we went out, we flew into Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and drove into Mitchell, South Dakota, which is the home of Clockworks. Brian and Vanessa Clock had invited us up for their anniversary party for their company. It was the 25th, I believe, and they also introduced everybody to their new facility. Unfortunately, back in 2019, they had a severe flood, which flooded out their workshop, and they have just recently completed the renovation of that facility, and they had recently opened a worldwide distribution center where they sell their products to people all over the country. And as you know, they're very well known in building the acrylic windshields that have been aerodynamically designed. And what's so cool about that is that came out of their land speed record bagger, which they term as the world's fastest bagger, in which his wife Laura and daughter broke 2 speed records out at Bonneville, and we were part of that. So we actually worked with Brian back in 2006 to get the exhausts built on that bike. So it was really neat to kind of put that full circle and actually meet Brian and his team. So very good. So after that, we went to a pre-Sturgis party in Mitchell and went to the famous Corn Palace, which is a facility that they have in downtown Mitchell. It's kind of like a multi-purpose room. They have a basketball gym and some other things, but that's kind of the center of the town. And they had a pre-Sturgis party with vendors and a lot of motorcycles, and the Clockworks team did a small tour around the city and the lake, and all pulled in at dusk, and it was really just kind of a wonderful experience. And we enjoyed dinner there, a few libations, and just enjoyed the small Midwestern town atmosphere of South Dakota. The next morning we got up, and Brian was just very generous and allowed us to ride one of his special Jack Daniels edition Indian motorcycles. It was a Challenger. From there we went across South Dakota to Sturgis, pulled into Rapid City, where we stayed for the evening and enjoyed a dinner with the Clockworks group. The next morning, Clockworks got busy and went to the Black Hills Harley-Davidson, as well as to their Sturgis tents, for really about 7 full straight days of selling product, and it was pretty cool. My wife and I, we took that next morning off, and we did a tour around the south of Sturgis to Mount Rushmore. We went to the building of the Crazy Horse Monument, which you really have to go to. I mean, Mount Rushmore is fantastic, but what's so cool about the Crazy Horse is the sheer size of the monument, as well as the fact that it's in process. And we actually were able to take a van ride up to the top of the monument and actually touch the face of Crazy Horse and walk across his arm. Really cool experience. And we rode the rest of the way around the Needles Highway, Iron Mountain Road, and did these twisties and turnies, and they have these bridges, turns that they call pigtails. Then the next day we took a trip up to Spearfish Canyon and actually rode into Sturgis as well. Spearfish Canyon is absolutely a beautiful spot, and you have to go. And then Sturgis, well, when you get to Sturgis, it gets crowded, and there's a lot of traffic and a lot of idling, and we made our way down into the downtown area to where the Clockworks facility was at J&P Cycles, and also V-Twin Visionary was there with a pop-up bike show. And what was so neat about that is that a bike built by Carrie Souza, one of our customers, actually won first place in that event with a beautiful racing bagger. And paint job was amazing. The exhaust was a custom-built exhaust that Corey built based on our design and using our components, and he did just a fabulous job. If you're very familiar with Corey's work, it's just above good, above excellent. Really nice customer to have. From there, we got out and took a drive to the Buffalo Chip campground, and there was the Michael Lichter show, and Jeff Holt and his wife Maggie had a Indian Scout on display in the show, and that custom exhaust was actually made by us here in the shop. So it was really nice to just be in two different places and to see burned stainless displayed so well. So even though it was the first time for me to go to Sturgis, burned stainless apparently has been there quite a few times, and it was just really great to see that. We were treated again to a wonderful barbecue meal by Jack Daniels up in the local mountains overlooking Sturgis, and again just a fantastic way to end the trip. Then we flew back home from Rapid City and here to try to make some more parts so that we can make some more purpose-built race exhausts for our customers. So until next time, this is Vince from Vince and Shorts.